The creativities for 1 are worse with Tyrant, but the creativities for 2 are better because you get to keep 2 threats, you gain 12 life and draw 4 cards because they see each other. So creativity for 2 is gain 12, draw 4, make 2 6s. Like, that's game over. Most decks can't beat that. You play Chain of the Rocks, No Moralize, and Lightning Helix as your kind of interactive spells, and then you use Deduce, Prismari Command to make tokens for creativity, alongside Emperor, Shark Typhoon, and Fable. It's actually really kind of cool. Is that good? Your turn. 35 life, by the way. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more OTJ Pioneer action. Now, I know a lot of you people on the Twitch channel have been asking about this particular one if you have missed it, and was waiting for it to come up on the YouTube, and I'm very, very excited to showcase this league to you guys because this one was a lot of fun and I think has quite a bit of potential. Not this exact deck list, but there was a list somewhat similar. Didn't play a lot of the white cards, but just the idea of creativity and Vaultborn Tyrant recently made the top 8 of one of the Pioneer challenges over the weekend. So perhaps Vaultborn Tyrant, the new creativity target of choice, maybe in your upcoming RCQs. But let's talk about why that is the case. So for people who are not familiar with Vaultborn Tyrant, it is a mythic from the Big Score, and it is a 6/6 trample for 7. When it or another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, gain 3 life and draw a card. And when it dies, if it's not a token, you make a token that's a copy of itself, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. The obvious comparison and you know, things that people want to discuss about creativity targets is Atraxa. That's the one that kind of the go-to a lot of people have been playing, and you see various blue-red, Jeskai, Jund, black-red. There's so many different versions of creativity, and most of them play Atraxa. Now, you might ask yourself, why is Vaultborn Tyrant better, or what are the differences? So, the first one is creativity X equals 2. Now, you can imagine, if you creativity X equals 2, and you hit 2 copies of Atraxa, well, that doesn't sound that bad. You get to keep one of the 2 Atraxas, and you get 2 Atraxa ETBs. The problem is you only get to keep 1 threat in play. So, for example, if you do it X equals 2, your opponent has a Go for the Throat or some Bitter Triumph or some removal spell, you don't have a threat left over. The reason that this card is good, or what makes it a lot better than you would think it is, it says whenever it or another creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield. So if you do X equals 2, each of them will see each other, which means you'll get 4 total triggers, which is draw 4, gain 12. That's pretty good, right? It's not quite Atraxa level, where Atraxa can frequently draw, upwards of 5 to 6 on each of the triggers. Maybe not as many cards as Atraxa, but what's nice is you get the life up front, and the most important part is that if they kill it, you get an additional copy of itself. So their 1 Go for the Throat or 1 Bitter Triumph that they were hoping that, would be good against your creativity target no longer works because you just get another copy of itself. And then in the case of Go for the Throat specifically, the copy that comes back of the Tyrant is an artifact, which means they can't even go for the Throat if that's what they're playing. So that's the first most important part about, why this might be better than Atraxa. The other important part is your second copy of creativity. Now, traditionally, if you, say, put an Atraxa onto the battlefield, maybe you don't have any other artifacts left over, but you have a second creativity in hand, and you don't want to creativity your own Atraxa just to get another Atraxa trigger. With Vaultborn Tyrant, what you can actually do is creativity your own Vaultborn Tyrant, and the reason, again, that's powerful is because you get the trigger of the one that dies when you're casting the creativity. So you'll get a copy, you'll get the Vaultborn Tyrant from the creativity, and you'll get a copy from the one that dies when you're casting the creativity. So with all of that said, again, not 100% convinced that Tyrant is better than Atraxa, but it does provide you some different things and different tools that you maybe didn't have access to before. Now, as this is an Indomitable Creativity deck, we need some ways to enable that. What are the best ways to do so? Well, the one that comes to mind and the one that's maybe the most ubiquitous is Deduce, which is very simply put just 2 mana, draw a card, make a clue. That's good because, if you need the clue for creativity, perfect. Then you can just use that clue to use the creativity later on. And if you don't have the creativity or otherwise don't need the clue, just sacrifice it. Pretty easy as that. Obviously, we don't have to spend time on Fable the Mirror Breaker. You guys know this card's good. I don't need to explain why. Prismari Command might not be the most obvious card, but it's good because it's very versatile, right? Destroying artifacts could be very good against Unlicensed Hearse, Smuggler's Copter, plenty of artifacts that people play. The Ensoul artifact deck, a lot of artifacts in there. It allows you to, loot away copies of Vaultborn Tyrant that you have in your hand that might be stuck, because it is kind of hard to cast a green card in your Jeskai deck, especially a double green card for that matter. But it can also make treasures to maybe help ramp you into hardcasting that Tyrant, because you'll notice we do have 4 green Triomes in the deck to be able to try and hardcast this thing, which another reason that this is, a difference between this and Atraxa, it's a little bit easier to cast. Past all of those ways to make tokens, we have a couple more here in 2 copies of Shark Typhoon and 2 Wandering Emperor. These are both very good because not only do they provide a lot of tokens, but they also provide utility and versatility. Shark Typhoon, you can hardcast it, you can cycle it to make a 1/1 on turn 3 to then creativity on 4. Later in the game, it's a really good top deck, just flexible card. And then same thing with Emperor, it's good at making a token for creativity, but also can just act as a removal spell and a threat on the battlefield. We have the 4 copies of creativity itself, pretty self-explanatory, and then the interaction, which is 4 normalize, 4 lightning helix, and 4 chain to the rocks. This is kind of the reason why I'm choosing to play Jeskai and not just blue-red, because if you look at the removal in blue-red, Fiery Impulse, Galvanize, it kind of drops off from there. I guess Volcanic Spike can put creatures back in the bottom, but the reason to play white is the premium interaction. Chain of the Rocks is 1 mana, kill any creature, unconditional. Helix, very good in this format because there is a ton of red decks, so just being able to kill your creature, gain 3 life, you might see that come up in the video, hint hint. And then Normalize, just phenomenal card. It's mana leaked, but it exiles the spell. I don't need to explain why this card's good. It's very good. I think a pretty good reason to splash the white. And then obviously the Emperors, those I could take or leave. You could play something else instead, but another good addition that white gives you as well. Now, as for the mana base, it does get a little sketchy when you are playing the 3rd color. You'll notice we have an abundance of Triomes. We have the full 4 maximum copies of Raugrin Triome, the 4 Triomes that I mentioned before, the green ones to help cast Vaultborn Tyrant, and then on top of all of that, we also have 4 Sacred Foundry and a Steam Vents, plus a basic mountain, and an Elegant Parlor. So if you look at the mountain count, it's 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, for Chain of the Rocks purposes, that might be a little too much, because I think the average is like between 10 and 11 around that number for Chained. But the other reason we have so much red is because this is a triple red card that we have to cast. So 3 colors, needing white on 1, blue on 2, triple red on 3. It gets a little suspicious sometimes. So the mana's a little sketchy, but I didn't feel like it was too bad in the league, so maybe it's okay. That's pretty much it for the mana base. As far as the sideboard is concerned, one very funny thing about Vaultborn Tyrant is the creature type is dinosaur, which means if you want to, you can companion Kahira in this deck because your only creature is a dinosaur. Now, I chose not to do that because I'm choosing to play Hullbreaker, Horror, and Quakebringer in the sideboard. The reason for that is because these are premium non-Vaultborn Tyrant targets that you might want to hit, say, Quakebringer against Amalia or Hullbreaker, Horror against Control, because this is uncounterable. The Vaultborn Tyrant can be a little awkward against decks that have, like, Sunfall, Wandering Emperor, because they have ways to exile it, so you might want to switch up the threats against them. Honestly, the Kahira could definitely come up, because you can also use the Kahira as fodder for creativity. Keep that something to keep in mind as well. If you want to companion Kahira, you can do that. We have 3 Sweepers, 1 Sunfall, 2 Supreme Verdict for the aggressive decks, 3 Dovin's Veto for the control matchup, 2 Ashiok for Phoenix and Lotus Field, 2 Pick Your Poison for Vein Ripper, but also Phoenix and other decks that have flyers, and Niv, and just this card. I've talked to ad nauseum about Pick Your Poison. It's a really good card. And then, like I said, the Quakebringers, so your opponent, your Amalia opponent cannot gain life. Very important against them. And then Hullbreaker Horror. The reason you want to go with this one against decks that have a lot of counter spells is can't be countered. I know, shocker. But also you want to bring this in against Niv, because Niv has copies of the Surgical Extraction that I can't remember the name of, Unmoored Ego. So a common tactic for them is to bring to light for Unmoored Ego, and once they know you're playing Vaultborn Tyrant, they're probably going to name that card. So you need some additional threat in the sideboard for those games. But that is pretty much it for the main deck and the sideboard, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little overview, and I really think you guys are going to like these games. So I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. Yeah, it's definitely more fun than Atraxa. We get to play with dinosaurs. All right, next. All right. Round 1. Yeah, okay. What if I just, like... Here, I'm gonna make this hand better, okay? Wow, look, we mulliganed to 6, and our 6-card hand is pretty good. I'm gonna keep our 6-card hand. How confused do you think they are? I'm just like, Jeskai control with a Vaultborn Tyrant. They probably have an idea of what's going on. Fear of the dark. Yeah, Deduces Think Twice. I guess, what's Shark Typhoon? What would be the 2016 modern equivalent of Shark Typhoon? Like Snapcaster? Make a creature draw a card, basically. Click is pretty good, yeah. Click is probably an apt comparison. Question is, how do we beat up Vein Ripper? Alright, well, they don't have Vein Ripper, that's good. White, red. It's not the worst draw. I mean, I kind of want a Shark Typhoon this turn, so I can try to set up for creativity, but good chance they're holding up Fatal Push. What is our opinion on the Prosperity version of Indomitable Creativity? I like the art, but I'm not a huge fan of the frame. I also like the word sorcery. I think it's got cool font. Not tapping mana. I see. I see how it is. They didn't play a land, by the way. And they discarded Thoughtseize. Okay, that was a phenomenal draw step. That was, like, literal best possible. I'm going to pass. I don't think the 1 damage matters. Because now, after they flip Fable, we can just go 2 damage to Fable, make a treasure token, and then next turn creativity. Kinda nice. It's kind of shocking to me that they discarded Thoughtseize last turn. I don't really understand that. Why would they discard Thoughtseize? Seems kind of wild. I mean, I just let them have this. I don't think I care. Let's go treasure, 2 damage. Red, blue, this. Okay, that's nice too, because we can we can creativity the Vaultborn next turn. And exactly what I said, get 2 Vaultborn Tyrants. And we drew Chain of the Rocks? Let's go. Alright, go. So even if they kill my 6/6, I just get another one, and if they don't kill it, then I can creativity it. Save Chain. I guess I should maybe save Chain for Vein Ripper. Is Vein Ripper that much of a concern, though? Because even if they go Sorin Ripper, I can just attack the Sorin with Tyrant. If they trade with Ripper, the Sorin still dies, and if they don't trade, then I just have Vaultborn Tyrant, and then can creativity... I can just creativity target Vein Ripper, sack the Tyrant, right? And, like, that's still fine. But now they're just extremely dead. This is sick. Just, like, the fact that your second creativity is nice, you know what I mean? Do it like this. Play land, go. Alright. You figure it out. That was nice. You'll have a copy of Tyrant either way. Yeah, I guess that's true, because I can just sack the Tyrant to pay for the ward on Vein Ripper, and then get a copy that way. That is a good point. Atraxa can't do this, huh? You don't want to cast your Archfiend and trade? No trades? Alright, bad news. I got 2 normalize. I got bad news for you, buddy. Alright, game 2. Judge. My opponent cast Prosperity, but they did not do what Prosperity does. The hell do we do against vampires? I don't think I want the horrors. I think Tyrant's just good. We can bring in Pip. Pip and maybe Verdict. Guess we could also consider these two. Missing Volcanic Spite. I mean, it is kind of annoying when you draw these, but that's why there's 4 green lands. Right, you have 4 green lands, 4 Fables, and 3P commands to just hardcast these. I guess the question is, what card is bad against vampires? All my cards are good. Are there any cards in this deck that you do not want against vampires? Maybe Helix is my worst one, but it is decent against Fable, right? Yeah, maybe I have enough answers to Fable. Bigger Poison kind of answers them. Pip is good. I'm saying Helix to answer the token, right? Imp is expensive. We could do, like, Imp for these 2 verdicts, maybe. And then do this. I kind of want all the sweepers. Let's try this. I'm also now realizing Sunfall is horrendous. Because Sunfall exiles Vaultborn Tyrant. Verdict is way better. I guess Sunfall is better against Ripper, but the reason that... Oh, this hand's good. The reason that Verdict is so good is you can just Verdict with a Vaultborn in play and just get another Vaultborn. So I think we should probably just not be playing Sunfall. They have Ripper to be gain the life before we lose it. What do you mean? Do we gain the life before we lose it? Oh, it's active, non-active. So my trigger would go on the stack, then theirs would resolve first, right? It's all about active player, non-active player. No, because doesn't active player go on the stack first, then non-active, and that would mean that non-active resolves first. I'm pretty sure. Be a Fable. I mean, not quite. Not exactly a Fable. I'm going to let it resolve because I want to cycle the garden this turn, and they're going to take Normalize. Fable. Maybe I should have just played the garden that turn, I don't know. Okay, it's not the worst draw. Oh, so the nuts. So what you're saying is I drew the Stone Cold nuts. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, sure. Well, it's not quite Prismari Command. Prismari Command would have been the actual nuts. Madge. I'm gonna do this in response. Maybe I should just let them take the Shark Typhoon. But, I mean, if I let the Duress resolve, they might still take the Shark Typhoon. Now they take this. Because I think they have to be worried about me hardcasting the Shark Typhoon. Oh. Okay. Didn't expect this. I mean, I'm not going to go for it. Volt Typhoon instead. Well, they just take the Typhoon, right? What if I did go for it? Just, like, cast this, make them push, and then it frees up the second one? Because they don't know about the second one, right? I'm kind of into it. It's just a 1-for-1. I got my card out of the Shark Typhoon. It's not even like I'm getting 2-for-1 here. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, sure. We can clear the Fable. Make them keep removal up forever. Well, I think it's better to do it this way, given that we've drawn the second creativity, because they don't know about this. So they're less likely to play around the second one. Okay, well, that's not great. That kind of helps. This is really awkward. Sack the token. Can I take a Ripper hit? There's no way, right? And they have no cards. I could get real sketchy here and take a Ripper hit. You're going to copy Ripper. Not if I chain the Reflection. I mean, I don't know. I guess just killing the Ripper is fine, because we get to untap at the Fable next turn. It's probably okay. I'll just kill the Ripper. I won't get greedy. I'll kill the Ripper. I'll kill the Ripper. Yeah, we can just do it in 2 turns, so it's fine. It's not a huge deal. Right, after the Fable flips, it's probably okay. This line just it buys us so much time. Yeah, that's fine. Well, that sucks. It's really annoying. There's no way they let me keep this, right? They have to take the creativity. Unless they figure they can draw a removal spell for the Fable next turn. Is that what they're gambling on? They have no cards in hand. Yeah, okay. Alright, big draw. We can at least kill the Sorin. No. Sorin's at 2, so I can actually pass first. I can wait to see if they use the Sorin. Okay, that's fine. I guess I probably still care more about the Reflection, I think. It's kind of close. My thinking is that if they draw Vein Ripper, they're only 1 land away from casting Vein Ripper anyways. Right, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. And also, if they have Ripper and draw a non-land, they have to lose the Sorin to put the Ripper into play, and I think I'm okay with that. Because, like, if I kill the Sorin and they draw Harvester, it's much worse for me. So that line is worse if they top deck a discard spell, Nolan, because then I want to wait till end step to cast the Deduce. But I guess in that scenario, then I'm just going to cast the... If they Thoughtseize me, I'm going to cast the Deduce in response. So it kind of ends up being the same thing. Do I want the land in play? Kind of. Because I can always pop the Clue. I can always pop the Clue with the Fable trigger on the stack. So I think I can afford to play the land there. I could also have Shocked, actually. And then pop this end step. Alright. They just didn't use Sorin. Okay. They're off it looks like. Okay. 1, 2, pop. 07. What card has Foretell in black-red? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. Delayed Blast Fireball? I don't know. We're playing Cube? It's a good draw. I'll just kill Sorin, I guess. If they drew Fatal Push, whatever, it's fine. Alright, they did not draw Fatal Push. Then we get to copy this next turn. Oh, shit. I could have... Oh, man. I could have not... Man, I fucked up, huh? I could have just not attacked with the Reflection and then copied the Vaultborn Tyrant. Or I should have done that. That'd have been a little better. Whatever, they're off it. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Tyrant 2. Not only is this better with Flip Fable, but it's also just better because you can creativity target the Tyrant. That shit was sick. This hand does really need to find lands, but I'm going to keep it. Although, again, it's kind of like a 6-card hand. Maybe I should mull this. I don't know, chat. What do you think? Mull or keep? I already capped, but this hand might be a bit too sketchy. Currently splitting 2 Atraxas and 2 Tyrants in Neo form. What's the, had it by the way, what's the advantage of playing Tyrant in Neo form? Because, like, Neo form is a deck that I can imagine you would always just want to get Atraxa. I don't think you're ever going to want to get the Tyrant right. Land Fable on top. You know how it is. Yeah, that's fine. Not quite Land Fable. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's a plan you would want to do in Neo form, because you're only really ever getting 1 creature out of it, so it's probably something you only want to consider if you're playing creativity. I would have countered Free the Fae, but I'm not countering Opt. Maybe it's like a game 1 versus postboard thing, where you want Atraxa game 1, but you want to sideboard into the Vaultborns against more interactive decks, specifically with regards to Neo form. I think this is, like, if you're going to do this, you just made the Tyrants and not the Atraxas. But when it comes to Neo form, that might be like a game 1, game 2 kind of situation. Yeah, normalized targeting Phoenix is nice. Absolutely not. I mean, I want to cycle, but I also have a 7-drop in my hand. I guess I'll just play this. Thank you for bullying Phoenix players. I do my best. Alright, I do what I can. Why is Vaultborn spiked from 10 to 20? Unrelated. No! I actually have to take damage? I don't want to take damage. Oh, shit. How do we beat this card? Wait. Yo, chill. Yeah. Yo, chill out. Outs? Mod check? Huh. That's a problem. That is an issue. I have located an issue. Go. I guess we could just block with Vaultborn Tyrant. Yeah. That's a good point. I can just block with this fucker. Sure. Don't hate Cruise, please? Shit. Although maybe they'll play around another counterspell. I've already gone through 2, so... It is not a deck donation now. This is a deck that I just wanted to play. I just want to play, man. Just want to play. We'll pretend like I have Spell Pierce in my deck. Even though I don't. I'm on plan burn them the fuck out. That's my plan. Bro, stop. I guess they can't ever animate 2 in the same turn. That is definitely not land 7. Not quite. Not exactly. I will say, in my recent purchase from Cool Stuff, I bought a lot of just, like, retro uncommons and commons from Ravnica Remastered. For some reason, they're insanely cheap right now. Like, I think Helix was 50 cents, Skewers were 50 cents, Light Up the Stages were $1. Everything is so cheap. I'm gonna fire off one of these. Untap land me? Exactly. Go. They look kind of dookie. I haven't seen them in real life. I haven't seen them in paper yet, so... Why do you say they look kind of dookie? Why would blue-black choose Sorin to exile with Deadly Cover-Up? I don't know. You're asking the wrong questions. I have no idea. Maybe because they don't want you to have Sorin? Alright. Your Helix has been lightninged. What about big score, like 1-2? What do you mean? You get 4 to 5 old borders and collector packs. Can you open the old borders in regular packs or just collectors? Huh. I have to discard 2 of these. I think it's Land Tyrant. Is that crazy? You'd ignore Phoenix? Yeah, that's also a line too. I mean, if my plan is to ignore Phoenix, then I should just do this, right? And then even if I don't draw land, I could just take a hit. Yeah. Okay, I think this is 100% correct. I think it's definitely that. That's pretty interesting. Sheesh. Well, I mean, I guess I could just go Shark Typhoon plus Chained. But then I only have 1 blocker. I'm going to go red, red, red 1, with the intention of, I think, hard casting this next turn. Does that change things? I don't think so. We go to 19-2, which is nice. But I guess now we don't have an untapped land for the second Tyrant. Maybe I was supposed to just hardcast Tyrant, because I can go hardcast Tyrant that turn, then next turn I can Creativity the Tyrant, even if I... Yeah, okay, maybe that was better. That's close. That was a weird turn. Yeah, that's fine. Chad cast Shark now seems good. Maybe, yeah. Dude, Vaultborn Tyrant is so gross. What a fucked up card. You want to cast 2 cards. They discarded 3 cards to kill my Tyrant, and it's just like, alright, I'm back, you know? This card's good. How did it go with the props deck? Well, we didn't play a lot of matches. I think I only played, like, 3 total matches, which we lost all 3 of them. I was going to try and play some more today, but I decided to play different decks instead. But I'll probably work on it. I'm definitely going to work on it for Standard. That's for sure. They have 3 copies of Drawer Disruption. That's a lot. Yeah, we could just Dino this turn. I attack with the Vaultborn Tyrant. We cast the other Vaultborn Tyrant, which triggers... That's a lot of triggers. I guess not that many. Draw 2, gain 6. Ooh, but what if we can... Wait, did I discard the other 2? Oh, shit. We have no Tyrants left. Please don't kill both of these. I guess even if they do, we can try to kill them with Shark Typhoon. Is it better than Worm Coil Engine? It's close. It is definitely close. It's a little bit different. Oh, right, there's one more. This is a copy. Right, there is one more. Okay. I'm looking at this thinking it's a regular one, but that's a copy. Last OTJ draft, I had Bonnie, Paul, and Tyrant. Those are 2 powerful cards. They're pretty good. We drew 2 off the second one. Nickel and dime. Rude. Worth noting, they only have 2 cards in their deck. Like, I have 1 Helix left too, right? I guess they're going to double block. No, they killed the token. They killed the right one. So I only have 1 Tyrant left, right? Going to attack. Yeah, I'm going to Creativity for 1, I think. Oh, shit, they just didn't block? I do have 1 more Helix. I mean, I'm going to try to find it. Red 1. Helix me? That'll do. That will certainly do. You can make a treasure too while you're at it. I'm gonna be a homie and give you a free treasure. Upstairs, folks. Upstairs. 34 life. Vaultborn Tyrant draws a lot of cards. Alright, what do you want to do against Phoenix? What shall we do against Phoenix? Vaultborn Tyrant seems insane against them, so I think we will not be swapping into Hullbreaker, unless I wanted more threats. Ashiok is good, yes. I don't think I want Imp. Like, Veto seems mid. I think I just want to cup my Imps, actually. Although Helix is a little mid against them. It's really only good against specifically Ledger Shredder. Maybe I go 2 Helix, keep in 2 Imps. Something like this. Maybe the Sunfall is good. I mean, I don't hate Veto. We could even do something like this, where we go here and this. Let's try that. I actually kind of like that. I think Pip sucks against them, and I think Emperor's too slow. Yeah, the 1/3 Fury does make Pick Your Poison bad. Hand's gas. I keep. Hand is Gasolina. Okay, less good now. We have located the payoff. Ride. Free the Fae. Don't take that Spell Pierce. You motherfucker. Maybe they'll play into Demoralize and not hold up Spell Pierce? Surely that'll happen. I mean, I'm not going to counter a 1/3 flyer. It's just not happening. I don't have it in me. Alright, it's fine. We'll just play around Spell Pierce. Yep. Classic. This game is going to be a lot of staring. A lot of stare. With the Tyrant in hand, I just want to kind of hit all my land drops. Blue-black is not a good matchup for... I'm assuming you're talking about Vampires still. Alright, please fight over this. I should tap properly to make them think that I have Spell Pierce. So does this mean... Oh, okay. Well, I guess the good thing is now I can just pay for Spell Pierce. Huh. Maybe I plan on not casting the Chained. I guess the question is, how much more time can I afford to take off? I'm just going to cast Fable, and yeah, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to cast Fable. They're not going to cast Pierce, and I'm going to pass. Because I don't want to get the Chain spell pierced. I'm going to let them have Shredder for a turn. It is a little sketchy, for sure. But I'll just let them have this for one turn. I guess it's really only sketchy if they, like, discard a Phoenix to it, but even in that case, it's not the end of the world. Because then if they're doing that, there's a good chance they tap out. And if they tap out, then I could just slam this. Missing second green. Well, I have Fable. I also have this. But again, we know they have Spell Pierce. So we have to be a little bit careful of that. I think I'm just not going to go for creativity this turn. Okay, I will discard 2 of these lands, though. Yeah, they brought in Disputes, which makes sense. Dispute's good against Normalize. We don't need second green. We have a Shaman token in play. I mean, I guess if they kill the Shaman, we don't, but... Did you know that I'm Mr. Brightside? I will loot. 1, 2... combat. I know they can double block. Do you think they have a second Dispute? Kind of cringe. I could have chained pre-combat, but if I chain pre-combat, then I can't hardcast Tyrant. How bad is it if they have a second Dispute? It is pretty bad, right? You know what? Let's just play patient. I don't think there's any rush. Yeah, there's no rush here. I'm just gonna keep the treasure in play. Absolutely no rush whatsoever. But if this was the case, I obviously should have cast the chain pre-combat. Yeah, they could Disdainful Stroke me. Okay, this I'm countering. I want them to commit more mana on their turn. I do not care if they resolve Drake. Yeah, they could have Disdainful Stroke, Mystical Dispute, all of the above, all that stuff. Yeah, it's medium annoying. Yeah, I mean, there's no way they ever tap out for Drake, obviously. That's interesting. I kind of want to cast Vaultborn Tyrant this turn. The other option is Creativity for 2, but that just plays into the Spell Pierce we know about. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Tyrant. I don't know if it's right, but I just kind of have a read that they have a Dispute.
Bruh.
All right, fine. You got it. You got it, dude. You got me good. Maximum psychic damage has been inflicted. All right. Duelist. I know they just have a removal spell for if I go for creativity. Is there a way that I can play around that? You know, no, I'm just gonna go for it. Perhaps I might be only going for it because I'm too tilted that I got Force Spiked last turn, and this might not be the best play, but I'm going for it. Perhaps this is just, we call this the tilt play, because I cannot believe that I have been Force Spiked. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't expect that. Did not think we'd get this far. All right. I mean, they do frequently cut removal in this matchup, because it's only good against Fable. So I wouldn't be surprised if they cut their removal. Today is gonna be the day that I watch the stream from Doom. I have 6. You can have a Shredder. Remember that whole thing that we said about Sunfall plus Vaultborn Tyrant coming up? Yeah. Yeah, it's coming up. It's definitely coming up. Remember those verdicts that I didn't bring in? Imagine if this was a Supreme Verdict, huh? Not great with Vaultborn Tyrant. Not the best. So I think you can just very easily ignore the cheap spot of the curve. Like, you just don't need to play those shitty 1-drops. I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know they have Spell Pierce in hand. All right, I have to take a very risky line here. Oh, actually, I can't. Because if I Creativity their Shredder, they're just going to hit Drake. So I can't even do that. I just have to do it this way, right? Red, 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 1. I have to do it this way. And then pay for their counterspell. I'll pay. This time I will pay. You're not going to get me twice, all right? You're not going to get me twice. All right, draw 3 cards. So I can Ashiok here, or I can Fable. I could also just not cast another spell, I guess. Let them shred. Make them initiate the action. It's probably okay, right? How many Tyrants do I have left? One? This is a real one? Yeah, I have one Tyrant left. Yeah, I just don't know if I care about the Phoenix, though. Like, I have 12 power in play. 12 trample power. Exlegius says, why Tyrant over Atraxa? Is there something cool Tyrant does other than survive wraths? Is there some combo? Not really a combo per se, but the concept is that your creativities for ones. Okay, I will say this: your creativity for ones are much better than if you're playing Atraxa, because Atraxa is a much better individual card than this card. But the upside is your creativity for twos get better, and your follow-up creativities get better, because as you saw there, if you creativity your own Tyrant, it triggers it. So its creativity for 2 is better, and your second creativity is also better. And Flip Tyrant is also extremely good with Flip Fable. Or Tyrant is good with Flip Fable, so there's a couple of reasons. I'm just trying it out. Not sure if it's necessarily 100% better, but I think it is something worth considering. Is that lethal? It's got to be close, right? Because they've drawn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 15, 16. I think it's one short, right? Yeah, it's one short. It's 16. All right, we have run the math. I will take 16 damages. Minus 16, by the way. They probably also did not do the math. Nah, they fucked up. They didn't do the math. It's a pretty good draw. Okay, they're at 8. Just trying to think if there's a line that I can take where I like creativity, their untapped shredder. They did show us a Drake last turn, so we know for a fact they at least have one. I think I have to just attack in Sunfall. I think that's my only good line, and then hold up Veto. It's like the only way that I can guarantee not die this turn, because them hitting Drake is just way too bad. Okay. Should have killed the 1/1. It doesn't matter, though. Because we're going to resolve Sunfall here. Alright, white. God, this would be so much better if this is a Supreme Verdict. Do we still know about that fucking Spell Pierce? I think they might have discarded it. They had a Spell Pierce from, like, turn 2. I don't think they ever cast it. I do have a 5/5. That is a good point. Actually, I'm just going to chill. Because we can just go end step flip this with Veto up. Even if they have Axe in their deck. Oh, wait. I have to chump block. I kind of forgot about this haul, huh? Maybe I should have vetoed that. I probably should have vetoed that. I did also forget about the haul, to be honest. Also, probably dead to 2 Phoenixes, yeah. Would I have won this game if that was Verdict and not Sunfall? I could have gained a lot more life. Or I would have gained at least 3 more life. Oh, right. Yeah, they had the profs too. Still have a 6/6. Dog, the 6/6 doesn't matter. They have 2 Phoenixes. I can't block their Phoenix with my 6/6. Oh, you're saying the Tyrant. Sure. I thought you meant the Sunfall. Anyways, get the Sunfall out of here. We gotta play Verdicts. If we're gonna play Wraths at all. I'm gonna cut the 3rd Veto, maybe? Right, yeah. The 6/6 would give me 3 life. Although, even with the 3 life, I was still dead to Phoenix plus Profs. So I'm not sure that mattered too much. I'm only going to play 1 Verdict in the play. It's only match 2. I feel like this has been taking forever. Sure. Can discard the Vaultborn. Or just, hardcast it. Could happen. I promise you, I refuse to get this Drawer Disruption this game. This card might as well cost 8 mana. That's not happening again. That's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. 0 chance. 0 chance that I'm casting this without 8 mana. I can assure you that. Ain't no way this became modern legal, and it's the thumbnails and Ancestral Recall blurred. Or just the artwork specifically. I'm gonna make them, I'm gonna debate them to think that I have No More Lies. -2, kick W. Okay, now we actually have to take 2. See, they're thinking about not casting. Oh my god, did we just debate them? Do you think they had the Picklock Prankster and just didn't cast it because I shocked on turn 2? It's good bait. Now the issue is we have 2 kind of uncastable cards. I would like to draw 2 and make a treasure in the classroom. That just resolved. Tyrant Chained, I think. Hey, Twitch chat. Leave streamer alone. I've dealt myself 6 damage this game. I don't know if that's correct. I kind of don't want to let that resolve. Missing Spites. Yeah, maybe we should play a couple Volcanic Spites. Do you think that Spite is better enough than Helix? I guess maybe your mono red matchup is good enough anyways, where you don't need the Helixes, because you just go like kill your thing, make a token, creativity, put a Tyrant into play, and the life you get from Tyrant is probably more than enough to stabilize you the extra turn. And then once you untap, then you can just go again or whatever. So maybe it is worth it to play Spite over Helix. I could buy it, and you get to bottom these two, which is nice. Okay, that's like the worst draw in the deck. Kind of don't want to miss a land drop here, but I also don't really want to pop this clue. I'm just going to pass. Opt. You may have an opt. I will allow that one. That one's okay. Alright, top, tap land, pass. Let's go with Shark Typhoon here, just so we can pressure them a little bit. Because I want to cycle anyways, but I don't want to pop the clue yet, in case we draw creativity. Okay, land's good. Alright, now we can just chill on counter spells. We've entered the Delver portion of the deck, where you just make a random 2/2 and then hold up counter spells. It's kind of cringe. Especially since I discarded my Chained. White Vaultborn, just trying it out. Again, I'm not quite sure that it's necessarily better than Atraxa. I think there are certain spots where it's better than Atraxa. Alright, let's go draw 2 treasure. I'm just cooking, though. Just cooking. Do I want to keep this Verdict? It's my only copy. Yeah, I do. Discarding a land is kind of sketchy. Alright, I think I still have to wait on this Tyrant, too. I might chump block this turn. Could probably take 2. The issue is I'm just, like, super low against this haul. I dealt myself a lot of damage this game. I don't think I want that to resolve. I could let it resolve and then just kill the Shredder, but then the issue is what happens if they, like, set up a turn where they draw a bunch of cards and then get a Phoenix back, and then, you know, the Phoenix can lethal me. Not that turn, but the next turn, you know. I have in hand. I'm going to pop a clue and see if my top card is chained. I kind of want to block, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can still get disputed. What if we go chump block and then Verdict, hold up, Deduce? Maybe? Yeah, we are winning on time. Kind of don't hate Verdicting here. Obviously, I wish we were getting more out of it. And then we go play Plains, because I might want to cycle this. We are winning on time. I don't know if we can time them out, though. Creativity with Terror of the Peaks. Now you're speaking my language. That's not great for me. So I think we need to try to deduce into Dobin's Veto or normalize. Because I kind of can't let that resolve. Not quite. Really getting punished for discarding that Chained earlier. I mean, I didn't want it at the time. But now I sure wish that I had it. They have 4 cards in hand. I guess the question is, do I die if I cast Tyrant? There's like a relatively good chance that I die if I cast Tyrant, right? So maybe I have to just clue and try to hit Chained specifically. But I could also Tyrant and try to hit Chained. But if I Tyrant first, then they can Spell Pierce the Chained, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm going to pop clue first. Okay. Now I can go Chained, Fable, tap land. It's a good hit. They may dispute this. Question is, if they dispute this, do I pay? I probably do pay, so I can have a chump blocker for Hall. I think I will pay if they dispute this. Yeah, I'm going to play the Triumph, too. I already have 2 green sources, so I don't need the treasures to cast Tyrant. So we can just do it this way. And this gives me a blocker for Hall. If they, like, cantrip, you know, go in with a 9/9 or something, then I might want to chump block. We'll see. It's been a long game, long match. Have they drawn a single cruise yet? They haven't, right? Well, that means they still have 4 in their deck, so... They chose Consider. Is there ever a situation where a Phoenix player would cut all of their cruises? I don't think so. There's no way. Looks like they're casting one right now. God, Prowess is so sick in this deck. It just makes every single one of their cards a massive threat. Yeah, Prowess is really nice in their deck. And they get Phoenix back, too. I mean, I guess the good news is they can't put counters in the Phoenix, but they have a, what, like, 5/7 flyer? Go to 11. Still maybe a chance I could time them out. It's probably my main path to victory at this point. Oh, well, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we discard Deduce. We chain the homie, then go to combat. I mean, they can still have a bunch of cantrips, obviously, and load up on the Phoenix. Could pay for Jwari. I told you I was not getting Force Spiked, and I did not lie to you when I said I was not getting Force Spiked. 0 chance for Prismari the Phoenix. Well, the issue is they can just get it back, right? Maybe that's fine. I could rip another, I could rip a 3rd chained. That'd be nice. Or the 4th chain, rather. Has to be the 4th chained. Okay. Alright. I'm at 14. Can you heal me? I chose Consider with Free the Fae. I guess I could wait till they go to combat, put the counters, then command. It is a little bit safer that way, right? It is definitely safer to hit Spell Pierce. They gotta kill me in a minute. Like, I think if I don't die this turn, we're chillin'. I guess we're kinda chillin'. How big is this? 2, 4. That's fine. 1 counter. And this other Fable flips. Okay. I guess we just go to combat. We know they have Spell Pierce. Attack with both. If they block with Prankster on Shaman token, I'm going to post-combat, deal 2 to Prankster, and then loot. And then try to find another removal spell for Phoenix. So we go... Deal 2, draw 2. Deal 2, draw. Red, blue, whatever. Did I try the Jace Valky control deck already? No, I have not tried that deck. Guess I'll do this first, because we know they have Spell Pierce. Let me go here. Pay for Spell Pierce. Ashiok you. I will, in fact, pay. I guess they have the Spell Pierce as well. Oh, but I can just use... I still have 2 treasures. They have another Pierce? Alright, sure. So now they have to deal 11 damage to me in 20 seconds. Appreciate that. This is a long-ass match. My goodness. Yeah, alright. They're going to time out. Yeah, there's not draw spells, at least. God, that took forever. Ah, damn, dude. That was painful. Need a shower after that game. Alright, anyways. We're 2-0. That's nice. Still have these from the Golden Kappa run. Kerchak, thank you for the bits. The folks remember the Golden Kappa run. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I don't know if I should keep this, but I'm going to. I've had Vaultborn Tyrant in almost every opening hand. Ooh. Helix against Mono Red. I like that. Is there a removal spell for one mana that could be Fatal Push 5 and 6 in Pioneer? The only thing that is even close is Cut Down. But I do not know if it's good enough, because I guess it kills, like... Cut Down's nice because it kills Bloodtithe Harvester, Soul Scar, Swift Spear, that kind of stuff. I guess I play this first. I think I'll keep that one. Yeah, that one's a keep. But yeah, probably Cut Down is, I think, the next best one. I did ask for Mono Red. And I certainly got what I wanted, let me tell you that. No land? Yikes. They better draw land this turn or they are dead. Imagine casting Time Walk when your Mono Red opponent missed a land drop. They don't even know about the second Helix. They don't even want to know. Alright, well... What do we do against red? It does kill Shredder, yeah. I mean, killing Phoenix and Picklock are kind of whatever. But it does kill Slickshot and Shredder, yeah. I think Pick Your Poison's not great. Veto is okay, but a little expensive. I don't really want any of these cards. Maybe just the Wraths. Just like swap Shark Typhoon for Verdict. Don't want the third Emperor. It's kind of slow. Maybe we want the third Emperor on the play, but not on the draw. Like, 4-mana cards are kind of slow, and if I'm getting to 4-mana, I'd much rather just cast Verdict most of the time. So I think we'll only do third Emperor on the play. I mean, I'm not going to mulligan this hand against Mono Red. You know, we were talking about the white splash as opposed to just playing blue-red. But, oh boy, the white splashes definitely makes your moderate matchup good. I'll tell you that much. I'll take another Helix, please. Not asking for a lot. Yeah, that is a good point. It kills Slick Shot after the first trigger. That is pretty huge. What happens if I Helix a Ferocidon? Well, I guess we're not going to find out. Is there like a state-based effects thing? Yeah, I don't get the life. So I'm going to cast the Helix now, I guess. Yeah. What if there was a card that said destroy target creature, gain 3 life? Would you still not gain the life, or is it different? How does that work? So you would gain the life off of a card like that? Ah, so it is specifically because it's damage and not destroy. Got it. That does kind of make sense. Not sure what I want to do this turn. I mean, I'm just going to make them overcommit to the verdict. Right, I think? There's no way I'm going to cycle that land. Although, it's possible they're just not going to... They don't have another creature to play. But maybe if they have, like, second Ferocidon, could be okay. Right. But the reason it's different than Helix is because damage does not apply until the spell has fully resolved. So I think that's why it's different than if it said destroy target creature. Yeah, there's 4 green Triomes in the deck, Cathal. I don't know if that's enough, but it's felt like it's enough so far. I have not had issues hardcasting Tyrant when I've had it, and we have hardcasted quite a bit this league. Okay, well, I guess we have Emperor against that, so I'll just pass. But I have to hold up Emperor for this thing. They may not go for Slick Shot this turn. Kind of hope they do. I guess they only have 1 card. I could have just, cast Fable. I'm not likely to die, right, with them on 1 card in hand. I guess the question is, do we save the Emperor? I kind of need to use my mana, right? Yeah, I gotta use my mana. 17, we can make it 2-2. Okay, I've located an answer to the Slick Shot. So now we go tap to pass. And then I think we go kill, make a treasure in case we draw the Tyrant. The reason my Bulk gets exiled versus Voidwalker while terminating friends won't. Yeah. It's very similar to that, for sure. I wonder if their last card is Monstrous Rage. I think there's a good chance that they rage here. I mean, I'm just gonna take the 1 damage. If they have rage and I cast command, I take a lot more. So I'm just not gonna do that. Do I loot here, maybe? No, I want the treasure. Treasure's also good if I draw a creativity. Damage, treasure, red, blue, this. I did have rage. Okay, good thing that I didn't cast it in combat. Kind of surprised they didn't rage the Lava Runner. Okay. Do this. I mean, I guess we could die if they, chain light up the stages. It seems pretty hard to die from here, though. Years ago, I was playing Goblins and Pauper. Someone cast Chain Lighting on my Skirk Prospector. The spell got to the point where I could pay red to copy. I was allowed to sack the Prospector to itself for red to pay the copy effective chain. Interesting. Oh, that is kind of weird. Ah, well, never didn't have it. I guess we can just discard the Tyrant at this point. I'm going to discard the Verdict, too. Well. Douche. I mean, the game's over, so it's fine. I guess they have Den to kill the Emperor. We'll be fine. I'm sure we'll be okay. It is actually kind of unfortunate because all of our green sources enter the battlefield tapped. We don't have any green shocklands. They're just Triomes. Yeah, speaking of which. But as long as we can survive this turn, should be fine. Which I can just trade. I don't even need the trade, actually. I can just eat the Shaman token. Unless they kill my Reflection, of course. Okay. So we go to 8. Yeah, I mean, they can't win, right? They can't beat a Vaultborn Tyrant on no cards. Is that better? No, I don't think so. Green. Can leave up this in case we draw Chained. Or that. That works. We can just Creativity next turn. What is this, Jaja? You know, I don't know what it is, as a matter of fact. GG's. What is this? 3-0, by the way. This deck does kind of clean up mono red, huh? With, like, the fact that Vaultborn Tyrant gains life, Lightning Helix chained. This deck does kind of steamroll mono red. About the draw, if they're playing mono red, this hand is sketch, but what if they're just not playing mono red? Okay. Not sure if this hand's good against Phoenix. If our Fable gets Spell Pierce, then we're dead. I've seen people playing that card, Cathal, but it just seems so bad to me. Like, I get that there's a lot of flexibility involved with that card, but, like, I guess my issue with Phantom Interference is that either specific mode of the card is way too expensive than what you would normally play, so you're playing it just for the flexibility. And, I mean, I don't know, it is flexible, but I don't know if I like it. You assume we were playing Yorion? Nah, not with Creativity. I'm a sensible person, okay? I don't play 80 cards in my Creativity deck, because I, actually want to draw my Creativities. Disappear is decent. Yeah, but, like, Disappear doesn't give you the option to make it. Oh, you're saying just, like, if you have to cast the counterspell part of it? Sure. I'm not saying it's a bad card, because it gives you options, which is good. 3 steps ahead. 3 steps ahead, copy Vaultborn Tyrant. Now you're speaking my language. Now we're talking. You had me at copy. Copied a Gearhulk last week. Now that's living. That's living. I mean, have we gotten to copy Vaultborn with Fable yet? I think we were in a position to, but our opponent conceded, so we were close to doing it. I'm pretty surprised at how often we've hardcast Vaultborn Tyrant. I didn't think that was going to come up that much, but we've done it a couple of times already. I mean, it is just like a fine card to cast. Not as good as hardcasting Atraxa, but it is. Would you say it's easier to cast? Like GG versus GBW, because you're a blue-red deck, right? Yeah, it's definitely easier to cast. It's a lot of lands, bub. I mean, it's good. I don't know if I have time, though. Not sure that I have time for this. Depends on what their follow-up is. Yeah, we can X equals 2 next turn. I mean, it's a bit ambitious to assume that our Shaman token's living. Like, that's just not going to happen. We can theoretically do it, though, if they don't kill our Shaman for some reason. That's the exact same thing I was saying. I love the artwork on these cards, but the frame kills it for me. What I appreciate about this is the font. Like, the font on type sorcery and the font on type the name. The font is chef's kiss. It's so good. That's my favorite part about these cards. Oh, but they didn't play 3 spells. Surely they don't have a Spell Pierce, right? We don't know they have a Spell Pierce, right? I mean, I can't play around it. Or maybe I can. May I proceed to the combat phase? They definitely have it, right? Question is, what am I doing if I'm not casting Creativity? It's like 0 chance they don't have it, right? Yeah, I guess my other option is what? Chain the Shredder, hold up 2/2 Shark Typhoon, trade for Phoenix. I feel like I kind of like this line. I kind of like the line of just chain plus hold up Shark. I think this line's good. Kill Shredder, yeah, and then we can just trade the Shark token for Phoenix. I think this is okay. Yeah, and then next turn we can go Creativity plus copy. Okay, they milled themselves. Alright, they're not milling me, they're milling themselves. They have 2 Phoenixes. That's a little sketchy. How many cruises have they gone through? Just 2. Just 2. Removal spells? 1 axe. Wait, they're just going to combat? Uh-oh. Okay, well this is insane for me, right? I'm just gonna trade. I don't want to take any damage this turn. It's the wrongs that make the words come to life. I guess this means... Oh... Kind of hadn't thought about that. Yeah, they have Time Walk, but they didn't have enough spells to go pre-combat. Right. So now we're probably dead. Could I have played around that? I don't think so. I mean, I could have gone for Creativity on my turn, of course. But I don't know. It feels pretty good to, like, take the other line, where if they don't specifically have the one of Time Walk, like, they only play 1 copy, And if they don't have the 1-of Time Walk, it's a lot better to wait, because then I can, like, actually play around Spell Pierce. I don't know, it's close. Like, how likely is it they have their 1-of, you know? They only play one copy. Look into the past. Okay, Ashiok me. One Verdict. We liked Veto too, right? You said Helix was bad. Did I bring in both Verdicts? Did I do something like this? Nah, Rest in Peace is bad. I had Rest in Peace initially, but then realized that it's also bad with Tyrant, because if they kill your Tyrant, you don't get the die trigger. So that's why I'm choosing to play Ashiok over Rest in Peace. That one I figured out. Didn't realize the Sunfall interaction, but I did realize the Rest in Peace interaction. Is Cage stop creativity? No. Cage says library, right? No, because this exiles? I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure that specifically Cage says library, and this exiles the cards. So I do not think it does. Cage would work for both Phoenix and as Amalia. What do you mean? Are you suggesting that we put Grafdigger's Cage in our Indomitable Creativity deck? I sure hope that's not what you're suggesting. Because it kind of seems like you are suggesting that. You want to rethink that one? you want to think about that one again? Do we top this? I kind of just want to bottom it. Is that sicko? Yeah, what could possibly get wrong? What could possibly go wrong? We just jam? I'm kind of into just jamming, because we have two of them anyways. Let's do it. I'm into it. It's bad if they have Borrower, but I'm kind of down to jam. I hope they have a counterspell. Or I would much rather have them have a counterspell than Borrower. Giga Chad, cast my creativity. I'm not afraid. Do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Oh, you missed on Spell Pierce, huh? Maybe they just had it the whole time. Nope. Definitely did not. It chose Lightning Axe. Okay. Good luck killing this one. 6/6 body. Right, if this was like a 5/5, it would be much, much worse. But the fact that they have to use 2 removal spells to kill it the first time, and it just comes back, is massive. It's just impossible for them to kill this thing. Might as well have Hexproof. I mean, Atraxa is kind of the same thing. Like, they have to use 2 things on it to kill it. But you don't get the Atraxa back if they kill it, you know? Yeah, non-legendary, better with Flip Fable. Not that, like, that matters that much, because when you're talking about things that are good with Flip Fable, most of the time it's just win more. Like, if you've resolved the creativity and you flip the Fable, the game is probably already over. Okay, that's not the best draw. Do we go for the second creativity? I mean, they didn't have the Spell Pierce last turn. I think we just do, right? If they drew exactly Pierce, they drew exactly Pierce. Good beats. Draw the Pierce. Good beats. Alright, go. How are we doing tonight, chat? You having a good time? Hope y'all are doing well. Don't forget to follow the stream. The most important thing is, if you're new here, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you a single thing, and it greatly does help out the stream. We're trying to make a push to 30k followers by the end of the year. It's a bit of an ambitious goal, but I think we can do it. Could Supreme Verdict my own Vaultborn Tyrant? My question for you, Cathal, is how bad is your Amalia matchup? Because you might want to consider playing Torpor Orb. I don't remember if you already had it. It costs you your pride to follow. That's not true. I'm just going to pass. I think they have something. What did they reveal? Off of this. They chose Spell Pierce. I kind of don't want this to resolve. Because we can pay for Spell Pierce. Young Pyromancer. You know, notably not great against the ability Trample. Just gonna throw that out there. Not the best against Trample. I don't even care about the Young Pyromancer, do I? I'm just gonna save the Chained. Like, what are they gonna do? Cast 3 cantrips and triple chump block? Like, deal. I don't give a shit. Sure. Cool. We still know they have Pierce. Right, because they didn't discard the Spell Pierce. My Vaultborn Tyrant has returned from the graveyard. Well, that just gets Spell Pierced. Could, like, Chain pass? I don't want to Chain, though. I just don't... I mean, I guess maybe I care about the Pyromancer. Run Fable into the Pierce. I was going to end phase P Command and get that pierced. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go Chain Pyromancer pass, and then just end step the Prismari Command, because they'll pierce that for sure. Oh, well. I mean, this also works. Absolutely. You got it, Chief. You got it, Chief. I would like to Ashiok you. I'll allow it. That one's okay. Confirmed not stream sniping, by the way. We can confirm that. Saying good? I think so. It's weird, but I think it's good. Something like, I can't believe they printed this card. Exclamation points. MH3 spoilers. We'll say MH3 official spoilers, so people don't get it confused with leaks. Young Peasy. Not that I really care about this card, but it is like, it is pressure. You know, it's not pressure. Subtitles, that looks good. All right, I'm going to keep it unlisted until the end of the stream. So as soon as the stream ends, I will publish that. For those who missed my spoiler discussion earlier. Oh, Moto's dead. Oh, sevens. Oh, it's back? Let's go. Am I supposed to Ashiok this turn? I think I am actually not supposed to Ashiok. I know that looks weird, but I kind of want them to fill their graveyard more before I Ashiok them. Now, there is a chance they can cruise this turn. Cantrip, 5 cards in graveyard. Loot 6, land cruise. Maybe, but looks like they're not cruising, which is nice. Ooh, they're missing a land drop. I like that. I would love to find a second chained. Might want to cycle this land. And the nice thing about holding on Ashiok is I can just Ashiok next turn with Normalize up, which is good. Why didn't you main phase that? Could have hit a cantrip, right? I'm shocked they didn't main phase that. I guess they wanted to hold up Counterspell. Makes sense. RC Dallas is the end of May. It's the very last weekend. Yeah, they definitely have a Counterspell. That's why they didn't want to hold up. I might just pop the clue. No. Maybe they fight over this. Okay, they don't. So we can probably Ashiok now, although it's a little bit awkward if they have Dispute. 4 cards in hand. I think it is worth it, though. I think it's worth it. It's good against Pierce, bad against Dispute. I do want to mill them. I want to get their 3 cards out of the graveyard. We hit not much. We hit a cruise, I guess. See, the weird part about exposing the Ashiok now is, again, they can fill the graveyard up this turn, and they can put Ashiok to 1, which is good, to be fair, because if they don't find a Phoenix, they can't kill the Ashiok, and then I could just use it next turn, even if I have to kill it, which is totally fine by me. But they're probably going to discard Phoenix and then kill the Ashiok. How did they get Italians on Duke Capenna? What do you mean? The Shredder? The Shredder? Okay, the question is it worth Ashioking just 3 cards? I guess I can cycle first to try and find Chained. And if I find Chained, I can play Untapped Land, Chained, pay for Pierce. Alright, well the Ashiok's going to die anyway, so I guess I'll do this. Play Green Source, tapped pass. I guess this is a little sketchy if they have Gust. We hit the iteration, which is massive, so we don't have to worry about that. That's only a 1 of. So next turn, we're probably going to get Gusted. We have to decide if we're going to put it on top. Yeah, we got a Phoenix too, which is nice. Oh, well, I mean, you know. Can also just draw that, I guess. I don't think it matters which one I target. They have no clock. I mean, they definitely do. They have a 3-5, but now they don't have a clock. Now we're chilling. Bing chillin'. Bingus chilliness. I guess now they can slam Drake here, maybe? Alright, medium annoying. Bing Chillon. Play 1 Gust average. Yeah, I mean, they did show it to us last game. I know they probably don't have a lot of them, but I'm just trying to see, like, you know, what does the game look like if they do have it? Okay, well now I can counter the Gust, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Land? I mean, they only have a 1-3 in play. I can just top it and then cast it again next turn, right? They definitely have Gust. I'd be shocked if they didn't. There is 1 exiled. That is a good point. I didn't see the 1 was exiled. Why did we think about that? You're gonna not cast the Gust? You gotta think about that one. Spoiler talk is going to be on the YouTube video that is going to be posted after tonight's stream. All right, surely they don't have a third Aether Gust, right? There's no way they have a third Gust. That would be insane, right? All right, cool. Hold or play? Probably hold. I have a million mana in play. I guess they could have had Dispute Hardcast, yeah. I guess playing the land could have let me go Hardcast Second Tyrant plus Normalize up, if that matters. I don't think it will, though. I think it'll be okay. With playing Picklock and Props, is there any concern about milling your creatures away? Nah, it's fine. You're not too worried about that. I think they have Negate. Does Phoenix even play a Negate? I mean, I can't resist going for it, right? I can't resist this. It's better for content to target both. Exact, I know. Like, I don't know if this is the right play, but it's the content play. This is going to be a lot of cards. Alright, Spell Pierce. So they have double Spell Pierce then? Yeah, I'm going to pay. I am, in fact, going to pay. Oh. Okay. Is that good? Is that good? Is that good? Resolve. Wait, do I deck myself? Hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Bro. I didn't know I was drawing that many cards. Okay, now I might deck myself. What the fuck? Bro, chill. This one. Go. Return. 35 life, by the way. 9 cards in hand? Discard 2. Not worried about milling myself. I still have 29 cards in library. It's fine. We'll be okay. Not worried about it. Nightmare. 4-0. Let's go. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. You want a little trophy prediction? I mean, I will say, again, coming into this league, I was not 100% positive if Vaultborn was better than Atraxa, but it's been pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty nice. Yeah, Chain of the Rocks is crazy. Like, even if you didn't want to play Helix, Normalize, or Emperor, just splashing for Chained is the best removal spell in the format. The issue is, Chained is extremely restrictive in what decks it can go into. So, it is, like, pound for pound, the best removal spell that you can possibly play, but it just doesn't go into a lot of decks is the issue. Basic Plains. Is there a Amalia matchup? I'm not sure. I'm definitely not helixing that. I'll tell you that much. We do have the sideboard deck. We do have the Quakes. We can bring the Quakes. That one I am going to helix. You like this? Pay 3 life, gain 3 life. Chef's kiss. You'll love to see that. Why not exile it? Because I'd rather save this for Coco. I think it's much better to save this for Coco. So I could hold up 3 mana here. Sure. Go. If you're referring to Gruul boats, yes. I mean, the death of Gruul boats has been greatly exaggerated, but I think we can probably have a proper funeral for Gruul now. That one I might want to normalize, but it is not great if they have Coco next turn. I'm going to counter it. I don't know if that's right. I'm going to counter it, though. How's the mana feeling? I have not had a single mana problem the entire league. Everything's felt fine. You could maybe play like a 5th green source, and if you wanted to, it would probably be an untapped green source, but you can't, realistically, you can't afford to play Stomping Ground in your normalized deck. That's the big issue. It's like, I want to play Stomping Ground, but it's just, you can't do that with normalize. It would suck. Yeah, just get back this. If they rally, I can just go shock plus loot. It's not that big of a deal. You have 25 lands? Yeah, but if it's in your opening hand... I mean, I guess, like, you're not keeping most 2-landers anyways. But I'm thinking about the situations where it's in your opening hand, and you're keeping a 2-lander. Fuck. Well, that's definitely a problem. So we have to go... I think kill Amalia loot. My hand just sucks. Deal 2... Deal 2, loot, blue, red. I mean, I want to make a treasure. I would like to make a treasure for creativity, but I just don't have the luxury of doing that because my hand's too bad. Did not really improve. What's in hand? I guess we do this first. I don't love killing the specialist, but I'm just going to take too much damage. I'm already at 12. I think my plan of this matchup might just be kill all their shit and hardcast Tyrant. I don't know if that's a good idea. But that might be my only good way to, like, my good path. Especially this game. Yes, they definitely have Coco. I mean, I have to do this now. Yeah, Chain's not ideal in this matchup. I mean, it's good, but sorcery speed is awkward. So about that whiff, huh? I'm going to concede as soon as they show me the artifact. Well, I could draw Normalize, I guess. I guess I would have to draw Normalize and a removal spell, assuming they have the reservoir. Yeah, there's the reservoir. So now we have to draw a removal spell for Amalia and a counter spell for reservoir. If we draw both of those, they only have 2 cards in hand. This game is winnable. But we have to get, again, very lucky off the top the next 2 draws. It is kind of funny that if they blow up the board, I just get a copy of Tyrant. That's kind of sick. Oh, sure, Creativity. Does Creativity shuffle? No, don't they just put the reservoir into play? Because it doesn't shuffle, does it? Unless it shuffles first, but I don't think it shuffles first. Those are not the droids we are looking for. Radioactive. Okay, so the Bringer of Quakes. Do we have to cut the Tyrants? I think we do. Because I think we have to hit this every single time for it to have a chance. Question is, what else do we cut, though? Emperor kind of stinks. Could shave a command, maybe. I think you need more threats than just the 2 Quakebringer. My issue is I'm not sure that I can afford to... Okay, let's say I'm in a position where they have, like, 2 creatures in play. They're setting up for a combo next turn, and I have a creativity for 1. I don't think I have the luxury of giving myself the option of not hitting Quakebringer. Because I'm going to die every single time if I don't hit Quakebringer, That's kind of the issue that I have. I was thinking about cutting Shark Typhoon, but then maybe I am too late on threats at that point if I cut Shark. Keep Emperor in. So you don't want to play Ashiok then? Do something like this, maybe? I think I have to play the Sunfall. You know what's also really awkward? The Wraths are hella weird with the Quakebringers. Because, like, I do kind of agree with you that... Man, yeah, we're kind of light on threats with this setup, huh? Maybe we just have to play some number of Tyrants. Can we win without the Dinos? I mean, Quakebringer can kind of solo them, but I don't know. Not really. Maybe not. It's a beater. Yeah, but they can just, like, chump block it or even double block it pretty easily. I don't know. I don't know what to do. All right, I'm going to try this. We're going to try 2 Tyrant, 2 Quake. I don't know if that's right, but we're going to go with that. And then the theory being if we Creativity for 2, we're like... 50-50 to hit one of each. Ashiok feels fine. I don't hate Ashiok, but, like, what do you want to cut? You want to cut the commands, I guess? Alright, we'll try that. Think Chain could go? I mean, Chain's not great, but, like, early in the game it's good, because they're going to go 1-drop, 2-drop, and that's where Chain's decent, right? I guess this hand's acceptable. Not great, but acceptable. Shuts off 4 chords. It shuts off the chords and it eats the graveyard for the, Return to the Ranks. It's not like, it's not fantastic. Yeah, maybe we could have got the Ashioks. I'm not sure I love them. Yeah, Fauna Shaman too, I guess. Dina. I think I would... Yeah, we're not going to kill that because I want to go Chain, hold up Helix. Alright, I'm going to chain the basic in case they have Boseiju. I mean, I guess they can just Boseiju the chain, but it at least forces them to Boseiju the chain and not the land. Oh, shit. 3-4 versus Lightning Helix. Vigilance versus Wandering Emperor. Well... how the fuck are we supposed to beat that card? Interesting. Okay, not great. Easy, just chain it. It'd be nice if I, perhaps had a chain to the rock still in my hand. If only that was a possibility. I maybe I should have just not killed the Dina. That card doesn't do anything. That card does not do a goddamn thing. Yeah, maybe. They probably just won't block, but I'll attack either way. Get Lost the Fable. Just giving me more stuff for creativity that I did not draw. Should have played my land first, I guess. But I guess this turn I can go Emperor, make a 2/2, block, and then Helix. Right? Should have mapped first. I need 6 mana. The issue with mapping first is they're 100% never blocking. So mapping first is irrelevant, because then I lose the ability to go Emperor plus Helix. And there's no way they ever block anyways. Alright, I cast Wandering Emperor. It has Vigilance? I know. That's the problem. The problem is it has Vigilance. I need to kill this thing. Yeah, but I make a blocker, block, and then Helix it. That's the plan. I make a 2/2. I'm going to go ahead and block. Damage. Block Innkeeper. I have to kill this thing. This card's going to destroy me. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe they force me to kill the Amalia here if they go for it. Would wait a turn. I'm just giving them more maps. Yeah, I know. I'm going to cast the Helix this turn, obviously. But now the question is, do I target the Walker? They chose to not go for a map. God damn it. I think I still kill the Sentinel because I could draw another Helix to kill the Walker. Right? Yeah, I'm still going to kill the Sentinel. Sure, they can Chord, but like... If they have Chord, they have Chord. Not all I can do about that. Sure, but like, what am I supposed to do about that? You know? Do I just like sit here and not cast my spells and just lose to the Sentinel anyways? Like, what's the plan? I could have cast it in response to the Walker. Yeah, that would have been a good plan. But I thought there was maybe a chance I wanted to kill the Walker. But if I'm 100% killing the Sentinel, I should have cast it in response. Can minus on Sentinel? No, the Sentinel's going to die. But I can't Emperor on the Amalia. The issue is we have to find a counterspell for the... we have to find a counterspell for the Reservoir. Because they're going to put a Reservoir on top. Quakebringer off the top. Quakebringer would do nothing. My opponent is going to put an Aetherflux Reservoir on top of their library, and I'm going to have to draw exactly a counterspell, or I am dead. Right, we have to draw Normalize. Yeah, we can map first to clear the top and then pop the clue. Because we have 5... I guess we have 6 mana. We can map twice. Oh no, because they're going to kill the Shaman token. Right. What if you draw Creativity? So, Creativity doesn't work, because if I Creativity the Amalia, like, let's assume they put the Reservoir on top, if I then Creativity the Amalia, they just put the Reservoir into play. Because Creativity flips over artifacts. I mean, just saying. So... Okay, so we have to make a token, chump block the Amalia, counter the thing, untap Emperor the Amalia. There's no point in mapping if I'm going to chump block anyways, right? Now, the issue is we have to kill them from 87. Which, you know, might be a little difficult. We'll see. We shall see. They also might just not cast the Reservoir. Deck them forehead? Maybe. God, they're shocking at 87. Ambitious. You can have that one. Sounds fine. Yeah, they're definitely not going to cast it this turn. Which I guess is fine, because then I can just go... End step, Emperor, Exile, untap, hold up, counterspell again. I block. Give Amalia Shadow. Well, then I can Emperor it, right? Okay, they're not going to go for it, which makes sense. But now, I guess the question is, how do we beat them just getting to 7 mana? Which we almost certainly can't beat, because if they just get to 7 mana, I guess we can draw a second Normalize? Wait, that doesn't matter, right? I don't think that matters. I'll get Parlor. Does that matter? Oh, maybe it does. Shit. Charlotte's Rhino, thank you for the 15-month resub. Appreciate that. I guess I could have got it on tap lane to play around this. But I mean, I'm just dead, right? If I counter the Chord, then I just die to the Reservoir. Yeah, we're just dead. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. Just die to the Dina. Die to the Dina. They can't stop the loop. Yeah, but I die. It doesn't matter. The Dina kills me. The Dina kills me before they time out. You know what I mean? The Dina just drains me. So... Unfortunate. Yeah, I know. I also hate Amalia. Amalia's cringe, etc., etc. But hey, we can't complain about a 4-1. I'll take it. I will certainly take a 4-1. This deck was pretty cool. We got to kind of show off the differences between Vaultborn Tyrant and Atraxa, which was kind of cool. Definitely came up in some spots. I will say, Atraxa would have been better in some spots, but Tyrant was better in other spots as well. So Definitely a cool take. Again, don't forget you can also play Kahira, but I chose not to because of the horror and the Quakebringers in the sideboard. But with all that said, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you thought down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube.